When we think of the ultimate test of human endurance, our minds almost instantly go to Mount Everest. It's the tallest peak on Earth, the holy grail of mountaineering. But here is a dirty little secret the climbing world rarely talks about. Everest is nowhere near the deadliest. In fact, there are peaks out there that look at Everest like a walk in the park. Mountains where, for every few people who reach the summit, one person never comes back down. Today on TrekFlow, we are stepping into the terrifying death zones of the world to count down the 5 deadliest mountains on the planet. Watch until the end to see the legendary peak that turns 1 out of every 3 climbers into a permanent ghost on its slopes. Pound 5, Eiger, the Ogre, Switzerland. We start our journey in Europe, specifically in the Swiss Alps, with a mountain that literally earned the nickname, the Murder Wall. This is the Eiger, standing at just under 4,000 meters. It isn't the tallest mountain, but its infamous north face is pure nightmare fuel. What makes the Eiger so deadly is its sheer verticality. It is a solid wall of rock and brittle ice that stays entirely in the shade, meaning temperatures are permanently freezing. But the real killer here is unpredictable rockfall. As the afternoon sun hits the upper parts of the mountain, massive boulders thaw out and come crashing down like artillery shells on climbers hanging onto the vertical cliff. Since the 1930s, the Eiger's north face has claimed the lives of over 60 elite climbers, making it a beautiful but ruthless killer right in the heart of Europe. Pound 4, Nanga Parbat, the Killer Mountain, Pakistan. Next, we move to the western Himalayas of Pakistan to face Nanga Parbat, globally known as the Killer Mountain, standing at a staggering 8,126 meters. This was the mountain that broke the spirits of the world's best climbers for decades before anyone actually conquered it. The main threat here is the Rupal face, a jaw-dropping, uninterrupted wall of ice and rock that rises 4,600 meters from the valley floor. It is the largest mountain face on Earth. Nanga Parbat is prone to massive, sudden avalanches that can bury entire camps in a matter of seconds. Before its first successful ascent in 1953, 31 people lost their lives just trying to find a safe way up. It is a mountain that demands absolute perfection, and it offers zero mercy for mistakes. Pound 3, K2, the Savage Mountain, Pakistan, China. At number 3 is K2, famously called the Savage Mountain. Located on the border of Pakistan and China, K2 is the second tallest mountain in the world. But ask any professional climber, and they will tell you it is infinitely harder and more dangerous than Everest. K2 is a perfect pyramid of steep rock and ice, meaning there is nowhere to rest. But the true horror of K2 lies near the top. In a section called the bottleneck, climbers are forced to navigate a steep, narrow couloir directly underneath a massive, unstable wall of hanging ice cliffs called sraks. At any moment, without warning, these ice towers can break off. If they do, anyone underneath is wiped out instantly. K2 is so brutal that for decades, no one dared to climb it during the winter, and its overall fatality rate sits at a terrifying 13%. Pound 2, Kangchenjunga, Nepal, India. While most mountains become slightly safer over time as technology, gear, and weather forecasting improve, our number 2 spot defies all logic. This is Kangchenjunga, the 3rd highest mountain on Earth, sitting on the border of Nepal and India. Instead of getting safer, Kangchenjunga's death toll has actually been rising in recent years. The mountain is notorious for its extremely harsh, erratic weather and massive, unpredictable avalanches. The terrain is a confusing maze of collapsing glaciers and sheer ice ridges that make navigation nearly impossible during a storm. Because it is so remote, rescue operations are completely out of the question if things go wrong. It has a long-standing fatality rate of around 20%, meaning 1 out of every 5 climbers who attempt to look at the world from its summit never returns. Pound 1, Annapurna I, Nepal. Finally, we reach the undisputed king of death zones, Annapurna in Nepal. Standing at 8,091 meters, Annapurna was actually the first 8,000-meter peak ever climbed by humans, but it has paid back that historical achievement with blood. Statistically, Annapurna is the deadliest mountain on Earth. Its south face is considered one of the most difficult climbs in existence, but the real enemy is the mountain's structure. Annapurna is basically a giant avalanche machine. The snow accumulation on its steep slopes is so unstable that even the slightest shift in wind can trigger a catastrophic wall of snow. For a long time, the fatality rate on Annapurna was a shocking 32%. That means, historically, 1 out of every 3 climbers who stood at the base of this mountain died. While recent safety advancements have brought that number down slightly, Annapurna remains the ultimate, terrifying gamble with death. These mountains stand as a powerful reminder that no matter how advanced our technology becomes, nature will always hold the ultimate power. It takes a special kind of bravery, or madness, to look at these statistics and still choose to pack a bag and climb. Which of these mountains terrified you the most? Would you ever dare to visit even the base camp of one of these giants? Let us know in the comments below. If you loved this deep dive into the world's wildest places, hit that like button, share this video with a fellow explorer, and make sure to subscribe to TrekFlow. Thanks for watching, and keep exploring.